Hey guys, so Nem here, and then this time I'm doing something kind of I guess kind of for the first time. I'm gonna tell you guys a little story of how I ended up getting this Yamaha XMAX. And I just got this scooter a couple of days ago, or actually 4 days ago, and I am actually extremely excited about it. It's literally my dream bike. And the story of how I got it, I think, is really cool, so I'll just kind of tell you guys. And then also I'll kind of just go over some of the things that I absolutely love about the bike. So for probably two of you guys who maybe watch my YouTube videos, you'll know that I've owned a few scooters throughout the years, and my latest one is a Kymco Downtown, which is also a maxi scooter, also a 300cc scooter, and it kind of falls in the same category as this XMAX. And another thing that I guess you'll know is that I like Casio watches, so those two things. So since I do have the Kymco Downtown, I wasn't really looking into getting another scooter. Like I've said, the XMAX is probably my dream bike, but they're kind of expensive. They're probably around 7,000 all in, and that's a lot of money. So every now and then I would go on Facebook and I would just kind of look and see what's going on, what's for sale and whatnot. And every now and then I'll see like an XMAX for sale, and people usually ask about 5,000 bucks for them, between 5 and 6 for XMAXs that are 2 to 3 years old. So I see, I don't know why, but I was just on Facebook, and then I ended up inputting the radius of 500 miles. And then as soon as I put that in, I see this XMAX pop up, and it was in Kansas City, and I'm actually in northern Illinois. So about 600 miles away from where I live. And this lady's asking, she was asking 6,000 for it. And just kind of out of curiosity, I end up sending her a message, and I ask her, hey, why are you selling it? And are you whatsoever negotiable on the price? And then she kind of tells me, you know what, we bought it last year, brand new. We bought it brand new. We bought it last year. We liked it, but we just never use it. Like, there's no point. We just want to get rid of it because we never use it, and we already have a lot of other toys that we actually do use. So it's just kind of taking up space in the garage. And so I asked her, I'm like, so what is the absolute bottom dollar that you would take? And she literally goes, so what can you do? And I wasn't really looking into buying a scooter, and I thought she would probably say her bottom would be 4,500. That's just my thought process. So I'm like, I can do 3,200. That's what I tell her. And she replies immediately. She goes, you know what? If you can be in Kansas City tomorrow, we'll give it to you for 3,200. And I'm like, no way is this lady selling me this XMAX for $3,200. I'm like, there is no way. And she was like, yeah, if you can be here tomorrow, you can have it for 3,200. I'm like, nah, this is kind of starting to look suspicious, because maybe there's something wrong with the bike. I don't know what the heck is going on. And she's like, no man, there's nothing wrong with the bike. We don't have any use for it. So if you want it, you can have it. If not, you don't want it. That's cool. We just actually had it serviced at the Yamaha place where we bought it from. You could call them up, and I actually did. I called them up. They said it's a great bike, that they just had it serviced there. And I'm like, this is just unbelievable. So I tell her, you know what, I'll buy it. And we're talking on Sunday night. I'll buy it, but I don't know if I can be there tomorrow just because you're so far away. But let's do Tuesday morning. And she's like, all right, let's do Tuesday morning. So I'm like, okay, so what the heck do I do now? So I ended up calling Enterprise, and what they tell me is that they have trucks that I can rent, but they charge by the mile for some odd reason. And that's only for trucks. And I'm like, man, this is gonna cost me a lot of money. It's gonna cost me $500 to rent a truck. And to get there, to get to Kansas City, if I don't like it, I'm out this $500. So I don't know what the heck to do now. So I have this little Nissan Versa that I can't use that to hitch a trailer. So I Google bus tickets to Kansas City, and there's actually a bus that goes from Chicago to Kansas City, and I'm about 60 miles from Chicago. So I'm like, you know what, I'll get this bus ticket. It's only $50. I'll go to Kansas City. if the bike, you know, is damaged or whatever, it doesn't work, it's not what she's telling me that it is, then I guess I'll just spend, you know, a day in Kansas City and then head back home. You know, I'll be out $100, but that's better than being out, you know, $600-700. So I get on the bus on Monday at around 3:30 p.m. and this is a long ride. It's 600 miles, and it took the bus about 12 hours to get to Kansas City. We ended up stopping like Iowa City, Des Moines, and a couple of other places. And it was painful. It was truly painful. You know, you can't sleep on these buses. They're not comfortable. It was awful. But anyways, I get to Kansas City at around 3:30 a.m. on Tuesday, and I'm like, what the heck do I do now? Do I get a hotel? But it's already like 3:30. By the time I get a hotel, it's gonna be 5 a.m. and like we're meeting at 9:30, 10. So there's no point. So I ended up sleeping at the bus station until like 7, and then spending the next 2 hours just kind of exploring Kansas City. And I call her up at like 9, and she's like, yeah, you can come, you can see the bike. So I go, and the bike is absolutely everything that she told me that it was. It was literally perfect condition, the 1,000 or so miles that she had on it. And she, you know, she's telling me, really nice lady, she's like, yeah, we just don't use it. Me and my girlfriend, you know, we have other things to do. So if you want it, it's yours. Now, one thing that I forgot to mention is that when I got to Chicago, my credit card wouldn't work for some reason. The chip was all messed up. But I actually had that $3,200 that I got from my savings account in cash. So I'm like, I guess I'm gonna have to use this money, and then I don't know, maybe I'll Venmo her or do something when I get to Kansas City. So I ended up spending $50 on the ticket and like another $100 on like a t-shirt and like food and whatnot along the way. So I spent like $150. So I had like $3,050 left. So I'm telling her this story, and I'm like, so I know we agreed on $3,200, but I had to spend the $150 just to get here. So I can give you the $3,000 now. I'd like to keep this $50 just in case, and obviously I'm gonna have to get gas because I'm just gonna ride this thing home because it's perfect. And she's like, you know what, keep the $50, you don't have to pay me back, the bike is yours for $3,000. I'm like, no way this is happening. And it did. So I get the bike, I fill it up with gas, and then I head back home. And that was an 11-hour journey back home. I could have probably gotten home maybe in 8.5, 9 hours if I wanted to, but I didn't want to push the bike really hard. I was still doing like 75, 80 on the highway, literally all the way to Des Moines first, which was a few hours actually, doing 75, 80. Bike behaved beautifully. You can barely hear the engine. It's that smooth. The transmission as well. It was an absolute joy to ride. And literally on my way to Des Moines, where I took my first kind of a rest stop, I was smiling the entire way. I'm like, there is no way this lady sold me basically a brand new bike for $3,000. And she did. So I get to Des Moines, and then I spent like an hour and a half in Des Moines. Got a chance actually to explore Des Moines as well. And then headed back home and got to Northern Illinois at around like 9:30 p.m. and I left Kansas City around 11 or so. So yeah, kind of a crazy story, but I'm so happy that I got the bike, and I'm truly impressed with everything about it. It's an absolutely fantastic bike, and I love it. It's literally my dream bike. I'm actually just in the midst of doing a kind of a short-term review on it, and then I'll also compare it to my Kymco Downtown. But just generally speaking, and me trying to be objective, it's an absolutely great scooter. It's definitely the best scooter that I've been on, and I've been on quite a few scooters, probably over 15 scooters. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this one, guys. I hope you guys enjoy kind of this little story. I thought that it was kind of interesting, and yeah, but that's pretty much it. I believe that I'm also pretty close to home, which actually works out as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about the bike, you know, feel free to leave a comment and let me know, and I'll be happy to answer any of the questions that you guys may have. And I'm super excited to do a couple of really long journeys on it, and then I'll try to document those as well. But yeah, for now, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much. And again, if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comment section, and I'll get to them as soon as I see them. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you, and see you later.